Trying to play my fucking music so I can go ham today. Alright, so while I'm waiting for my phone to power back on, I'm going to explain this. Explain it very quickly. Alright, so I kept VWAP on for weekly because those are more important levels than the one hour, right? I mean the 1 minute, right? Don't really need the 1 minute. Now the reason why I kept them on is because I want to see where these levels are on everything. So the more confluence we have, the stronger the trade, right? The stronger the trade idea. So what that means is, what is this level right here? This level right here is on the weekly VWAP, right? Now don't really worry about the VWAP. So like I said, it's just confluence for myself. But this level is an important level. This level right here, this white line, is right here. I didn't mean to do that. But hold on, you know what? Let me send this to you real quick. All right, so I sent it to you. All right, so here we go. So basically, what I'm trying to explain to you is the more confluence, the better. So right here, is this a rotating level? Yeah, we explained that that's a rotating level, right? This white level is important though. That is important. That's what we're looking at. So since they're together, if we rotate from this level, where are we going to? We're going to rotate for this level, 55. This is where we last rotated. So we rotated from one area to the next, right? So there you go. Now this level has already been used. So if we go back to this level, we're not looking for a bounce. We're just looking for a target, right? This level has already used. That's what the dotted line is for. We have 15 minutes until markets open. And you see how we have all this liquidity up here. So there is liquidity, and we go through it, and we can be pushed back down. But where are we on the profile? We're in the middle of a 2-day balance, right? So what is this? It's 71.50. Let's look at the 1 day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 78.50. 75.50. So on a single profile, that 5 minute is important. As you can see, on the single profile, 5 minute is important. Where would be our 5 minute level? Back down here. That's our next 5 minute level. This has become a 5 minute level now, right? So if we rotate up there, that's where we're going to go. Don't take it further. If we rotate here, don't take it further than here. This would be your target. All right. So basically what we're going to do is if it rotates here, what are we doing? We're taking one area of value to the other on the profile. You see how that's marked out? One area of value to the other. Once we do that, these don't matter anymore. Like they don't matter anymore. We have to have new levels, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and plot this on here as well. 54.50. So I know. I moved it a smidge. $54.50. There we go. 54. 75.50. There we go. All right, so we have a level for everything. Basically, if we rotate here, we're looking to go here. If we rotate here, we're looking to go here. All right. Now, this liquidity line right here, the only thing I don't like about this, I like these two. All right. So these are more scenarios, better scenarios. All right. I can put it on here so you can understand. So 5 minute. That's a 5 minute scenario. Shapes. We don't have arrows or anything, okay? Five-minute area. And we're gonna do it pink so we know. 10 minutes till market open. Five minute, all right? So we know that it has to do with the 5 minute. These are 1 hour. I didn't apply 1 hour. It's white. White. So you see the levels, you know what it does, and now we're just looking for confluence. So we can look over here. We see that we're getting close to this 1 hour level, right? So our next 1 hour level is going to be down here because we already went through that. So since we already went through that, we're not looking. But what is our next 1 hour level? Is actually here. It's actually the 5 minute. You can see on that. We always have to go back and check. All right. So now that has already been through. But now, since this is ending in the green, this is now 1 hour level as well. All right. Now, I don't want to see it go through these two, actually. So, I'll make this white. We're going to have to change it because, the market doesn't stay still. We already went through this morning. So, look, if you look at this, this was planted at 3 p.m. yesterday. Market closes at 3:55, 4 o'clock, right? So this was the last bit of the day. What did we do today? We went straight through it. Now 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock is not when our strategy is typically used. So therefore we didn't take this trade. I was up at 5 o'clock getting everything sorted. But it still went through it. So therefore we're not planning on using it because it went through it. Alright. Actually. Yeah, so this is not a level. Hold on. So our level start at 7:30. So it'd be this madness right here, I'm guessing. That's as far as I would let it go for 5 minutes. I apologize. And it's really messy. It's really a messy area, so just pick right here. 65, 25, 65, 65. There you go. So that's 5 minutes. All right, so a lot closer range, and that's going to happen. 5 minute is going to be closer range, and you're still going to want to watch the 5 minute to make sure there's no new no new thing. So yeah, that's going to be the 5 minute right there. As long as it doesn't pivot and make another one. So you're going to constantly look at all these charts to make sure. So when you're about to enter on a time frame, you need to go to that time frame and make sure it didn't make a new current low or high for your target. Now I know these 1 hours are close to each other, but these are still 1 hours that are going lower. So once this gets pushed through, if it doesn't react off of this, it's all right. That's just invalid. And if it gets to this one, we just take this off completely. All right. And if it gets to this one and doesn't react off of it, if it reacts off of this, then we're going to the 5. If it doesn't react off of this and it pushes through and it goes to the 1, then we take this off, because now we're looking at it to go to that hour. So both of these are targets for this. Now we can go and make sure by going to the hour. Remember, this is at 6 o'clock, so we're not really looking at this. We're still looking at levels like this to take profit if it bounces, but this is not where our target is. Our target is here. So it's going to be a longer one, all right? As far as this level goes right now, we do have a few minutes. It can act off of this level. Now you look at it and you see we have a level right here, right? And this is a rotational area. Do you want to take this trade? It makes sense. It's off the weekly, so it's stronger than having all this on the 1 minute. But we're in the middle of the profile. We're in the middle of 2-day CVA, and we're in the middle of previous day's profile. I don't really want to take a trade here. So most likely I will pass on this trade, okay? We're looking for it to get a little bit higher. We want it to either get to one of these 5 minutes. The 5 minute, because it is at the beginning of at the high end of value. All right. If you look, high end of value. We're not going way down there. We already discussed it. I don't have time to move that, but we know that we're going here. So this would be our target, right? The 1 hour, I like that. Why? Because it's at the top of CVA value. Look, it's at the very top. So it has to go out here and then it has to fail that breakout. So we fail that breakout, where we're going to go? We're going to traverse to the other side, right? Well, we're going longer than the other side. We already been there yesterday. We already proved that we can get to this point. This is where we're going. And yes, it can go here, but this is our first target. Once we get here, if you want to take a trade to here, we take our profits and then we think about getting back in. That's what we're doing. So market's open as of right now. And you see we push through there heavily, right? We push through there heavily. That is liquidity area. Are we going to fail? We're also looking at delta. Now, this down here, I'm just trying to consolidate everything. So this down here is a delta that I use. We're going to see if this is useful. And I can use this instead of this. So I can turn all this off, which is the volume and the delta. And then the only thing left is the profile, which I know the profile is over here, and I'll test that. All right, so we're going higher. Now you see we already failed. We're failing big time. After we got out of that liquidity, that's in the middle though. I don't really want to take that. But it all depends on how much Delta drops, right? How many participants do we have? We have 11,000. So that's good in that first candle. It's well above. It's well above the zero line. We're going up here. Here, I'm trying to figure this one out. So don't worry about that. Just look this one. If this one works, this one will be easier for you. If it works the way I think it's going to work. Here's our market structure shift. All right. How much volume do we have in this candle? We have 3,500. Should I take a stab? We might take a stab. But we're only going to take it with one contract. And you see, we're in 7 seconds and we can't push down for a market structure shift. So that's weak. We're not taking that trade. That's exactly what I wanted to see for my deciding factor. If we would have ended down here, we would have went ahead and taken that trade. Everything's showing. Delta's dropping off. This was a big push on decent volume after getting to this major level. But seeing as we pushed back and we couldn't close below that market structure and we got rejected, we're not taking that trade. Simple. If it goes down, it goes down, right? That's why it has these green boxes, because it did take out liquidity. It took out buy side liquidity, which means it took out buy stop. So it took out people going short. All right. Because if you're going short, if you're selling, then what do you have to do to get back in the market or get money? You have to buy back. So you sell up here and want to buy down here, but you have to have a protection, and their buy protection was up here in this area. So that's why it's called buy side liquidity. And then sell side liquidity is going to be on the other side, because obviously if you're buying and it goes against you, you have to sell before you lose too much money. See how it's going back up? It's because it has these two important levels. These levels are more important, and it's trying to figure out what it wants to do. They have more eyes on them by more people. almost 5,000. We do have a fair value gap, but that's still weak. We do have FOMC at 11 a.m. I hate that they have this 1 hour level right in the middle of profile. It's taking a lot of resources to get away from it. Like I said, it is technically my strategy, but you see how nasty this is, how nasty that looks. Um, it's not in the best location. So 7150. Yeah, 7150. Compared to the 5 minute and the next 1 hour, those are both better. Now, I know you're watching it from live as of right now, but this right here, I was talking about this earlier. This was a hour time frame off of 3 o'clock yesterday. 3 o'clock. The market closes at 3:55, or you could say 4 o'clock. So this was the low. It happened somewhere in that time before four. We drew a level, and then you can see it bounced off of this and went straight to this hour. The only reason why we didn't pay attention to this, I was up this morning at 5 o'clock to kind of review everything, and the only reason why we didn't take this is because once again it's not in our time frame. So, but I did watch it. I did want to get into this. I actually seen it where it hit right here on this red one. I had an alert set on my phone, so it woke me up. Surprisingly, it's not very loud, but it woke me up. Um, Came here to check it, and it just missed it. It needed to be around the 4 o'clock time frame. If we were around the 4 o'clock, I would have taken it, and we could have netted that profit. Probably in one contract that would have been like $600. And then I'll be out right now and waiting for my next setup. So this would be invalid for me, and I'd be waiting for my next setup, which would be the 5 minute or 1 hour up here, instead of trying to play off of it. um, or even considering playoff. I wouldn't even consider playing off of it. I'd just be like, I'm taking the 5 or the next 1 hour. So. And down here you can see, so normally Delta looks like this. It looks like blocks, but you can see why I don't have blocks, just because it looks like multiple fucking charts. It just looks messy. I like the line because I can easily tell if it's up or down. But for some reason, nowhere can I find another line. Like everywhere I look, they're all blocks or histograms or something stupid, like lines, like EMA lines, which is not the same thing. I would really like to just find this because I just can identify when it's shooting down better and shooting up versus this. Um, but the only reason why I put this on the chart is because, like I said, I'm trying to get rid of all this clutter. I'm trying to get rid of this entire thing. So if this delta works, I can get rid of all this and just add an extra chart over here, and we'll just have these 3 instead of 6. So it's a lot less for us to look at, and it's more pleasant to look at as well. And this would be easier because what I'm thinking is this is the EMA line, exponential moving average. You don't really need to know about it, but basically, you know your green is your up and your red is your down, and you can still apply the same thing as if it's aggressively going down, then you want to sell. If it's aggressively going up, then you want to buy. But also this line, you can tell like if we're under it, then that's definitely a sell. If we're above it, then that's definitely a buy. So um, I'm thinking that's how it works. So we're just identifying it. I'm comparing it. So really don't pay attention to this yet. Because I know you're like he added something new, but don't pay any attention to that. If we start paying attention to this, then this will be gone. This whole chart will be gone. So just trying to clear it up for us. There's that 5 minute, and you can see it reacted as soon as we got off of it. We had 3 green candles, and as soon as we went through it, we got a red candle. All right, good. We're on the 5 minute. This could be liquidity, but it's messy. I would rather take it here. I know we're getting to that 1 hour level. I can see it, but I'm paying attention to something right here. We don't have any 15-minute levels. We don't have any 30-minute levels. We just have 1 hour and 5 minute levels. Cool. So my 5 minute, I'm gonna try to color code. My 5 minute is gonna be pink. My 1 hour is gonna be white. My 15 minutes is gonna be orange. And then like when we get into the daytime frames and stuff like that, that's different. That's blue and you're not gonna worry so much about that. Um, those are bigger levels and they kind of take more time to turn around, but I pay attention to it. But we can go a whole month without getting to a day level or a day or a week level. So don't worry about that as of right now. We got through it. I do want to see us get through it a little bit more. Now we can push up and keep going higher, but that's not what I'm looking for. So if we push up and look higher, I'm not going to catch that trade until the end of the day, because the only like that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for short scenarios as of right now. The only long trade I would be able to take would be off this VWAP, and I'm trying to stay away from that. But we would have to get above this level, and then I would buy in on the +1 to the +2, which isn't an awesome trade, but it's still a trade for today. But that's not going to happen to the end of the day because that moves very slowly. That is the weekly. We need a market structure shift before we get in something like this. So right now we can clear up these lines. So don't forget that they were there, but we can clear these up, all right? So clear this up. We're going to clear this up as well. And we'll leave that there, but we'll clear up that hour line. Just because I still think this is working off the 5-minute liquidity, I would like to see it take out the hour liquidity a little bit better, but we'll only be able to tell from profit. We're dropping. We're about to get below that level, and we're dropping hard here. So it looks like it's doing what we want to, but we still need a bounce because if not, our market structure shift isn't going to be until way down here, and that's too far into our profit, in my opinion. Because if we bounce off this 5-minute level, then we don't have that much room, right? So I would like to see it go higher and make this its turning point. Our risk is going to be crazy too. I don't like this getting in so late. So even though we're pretty aggressive here, you can see we're straddling this line right here. So interesting. And we haven't made a market structure. We got straight to that area I pointed out earlier that we could stop him for liquidity. We still need to go through that though to take liquidity. Distance where I said we could stop, but I'm hoping for us to stop here for the 5 minute. I'm gonna put that on one contract. I don't want to go on 3 contracts right now. Got to minimize our risk. You can see that line was created because now they say that's liquidity. I'm still looking at this as 5 minute liquidity, but they're considering this. Now we are looking on a 1 minute time frame, so that's probably why they consider that liquidity. We got our 3 candles. So this is market structure. So where they say liquidity is, that's going to be our market structure. That's going to be our endpoint as of right now. Now, I know we're going higher, and it is okay if we break this high, just because, like I said, I want to get more of this liquidity and more of a push down. If we can get that and make a higher swing low, then we can get a better entry point for more profit and less risk. We still need to see what we need to see, so we still need to see a lot of volume, and we still need to have a fair value gap to break this. If we get 3 red candles here and we don't pass this and we start going higher, that's good. Could we get a better entry? But it looks like we're coming down with the pain. We're coming down with the force to get through that liquidity.
Order rejected.
We're gonna go ahead and enter in. What?
Stop filled.
We're going higher because we went through this liquidity here. Hopefully we can hold before we reach our stop though. We have another force of liquidity right here. Remember that? And we haven't broken structure yet. So I got in a little bit early, prematurely. But I panicked because I tried to put my order and my order was rejected for some reason. And so um, I still got in at a decent price though. Cause I mean, this is where I placed my order, and that's about the time I replaced it. We still backed up, so there was nothing I could do. You just want to you want to get as close as possible to that minute ending. You see, we got that liquidity. We're above that hour time frame where we had. So let's hope we can push back down. We hit that 5 minute liquidity. We'll probably bounce. Let's see if we can push through there. If we could push through there, that'd be great. We're going for 38. We're pushing through there. Let's see if we can keep pushing because we do have some levels here. When we get to 50%, we'll go ahead and move our stop. So we're about $200 in profit on one contract. Let's not lose this. We're still pushing. We're below the EMA on the delta. I think that's basically their zero. And we're below zero on our delta over on the right charts as well. Let's keep pushing. We got a few fair value gaps. Let's keep pushing. We're within the TPO now because that 5 minute is what we played off of, right? We played off that 5 minute, but we entered in the middle. So I don't like that. But that was when we got the market structure shift. So there was nothing we could do about that. We are looking to go to the low. This would be the end of value. We could take profit there. But we have low liquidity all right here, so I'm thinking we can get through that. We're in B period now. So B period, all they need to do is push. Let's see what they want to do. We're 2 minutes into B period. Delta still going down on all. Don't know why there's no orders being filled right there. Delta's trying to curve up, so there's some buyers. There's another pop to the downside. Let's see if we keep going. We're still in value for previous day. There's another pop. Let's see, we hope we just fell off this cliff on previous day value. Typically when price falls like that and it doesn't keep falling, it's because they landed and they're picking themselves back up. Let's see what we do. Right now, I have no reason, far as my strategy, to move my stop, even if I wanted to. And I want to keep my profits, but we have not gotten to that 50. We created more liquidity. I'm hoping this is just a small pop, because we did a few pops to the downside and we still have more to go. We haven't gotten to any major structure or anything on either. We can go back down. If this was liquidity for us on a 5 minute, this must be a liquidity for us on a 1 minute. So let's go here. Where is this price? 59 flat. And it is. So we'll probably go down and touch that. Let's see if we can get it. We typically pop once we get to liquidity because we take up a bunch of it and it shoots us in the opposite direction. But that doesn't mean we filled it. That's why I want to see us go further into this. But let's see if we go ahead and take this. And if we take that and can get through this fair value gap, there's really nothing else to stop us except this. So I'll be worried about this here because this is a clean, crisp liquidity area. But like I said, the only reason why I'm not giving this any attention is because it happened at 625, around 625. That is not our time frame. This is our time frame. But we've already went quite a bit, and we should be further than this now. And at 9's right here, right? Or let me see. 54.75, 54.75, 54.75. So yeah, that is right below value area. So that's why I'm worried about it. Because it's the end of value of previous day. So if we accept yesterday's price, then we'll bounce from that area. But if we don't accept it, then we'll move lower. And we'll probably move lower than this, but I'm ready to take my profit there. So I'm going to be ready for any big pops here. And if we hit this level, and start getting above this EMA or above the zero, I'll go ahead and take profits. But as of right now, I'm going to let it keep falling, even though we're popping. There we go. We're dropping more. Is volume coming in? Volume's not really coming in, but we're dropping. Delta's dropping, so that's good. We're getting through this liquidity here. Most likely at this pop. Let's see if we can keep going. We're still accelerating. I really don't like how clean that is. I don't like how clean that is. But I'm going to try to hold profits. A lot of people taking profits at this area because this is an eyesore. People like to take levels at levels that they can see very easily. So I know that's why it's going up. But is it enough people taking profits and buying to push the market up? Let's see. But most bounces I can explain. Every once in a while I can't explain them. But that's why that we had a bounce right there. That plus liquidity, that's why they had a bunch of liquidity there. They probably had a bunch of orders taking profit. So let's just say that those were profit taking orders and not people getting into the market. That was people getting out from the shorts. That's what that is. So that's what I'm saying. There's different levels of buying. There's buying from people taking profits on their shorts, and then there's also buying from people getting in the market. And then there's also buying from people's stops, right? So that was most likely people's targets. I don't believe anybody's gonna put a stop there. So some people got paid. So we should be going lower. I don't like how price is lower, but Delta did not get lower than this low right here. I don't like that. So if we make another pop up from this level without making a low, and we pass this, I'll go ahead and take profits. It's like volume, a little bit of volume's coming in, nothing extraordinary, but we are getting a delta push to the downside more. On just directional, we're not getting any significant delta though. Price is dropping, but we're not getting any significant delta drop. I'm kind of staying in this range, which I don't like. Delta drop lower here on the tick chart. Why are we pushing up so high? Delta's not going anywhere. All right, Delta's going higher.
Order
I'm
filled.
out. We passed that high. Didn't like it. Let's see if we can do an art of re-entry. So we got through this 5 minute. We can clear that out. We got through this 5 minute. We can clear that out. We're going to leave that 1 minute. I mean that 1 hour. So we netted 262. That was just on one contract. We're trying to play it super safe right now. Delta right now, okay, so Delta right now is popping up, as you can see right here. We're popping up. But what I was looking at was, I was looking at this high right here. So what I was telling you was, we were making lows here, but weren't making lows here. As we can see, like as we go lower right here, what is price doing? Price is going up. You see that? And it's not just going up, it's going up past the previous high. So like when it made this, I was like, okay, we're still kind of in the same general area. It's okay. But when we got here, we weren't really going anywhere and price was continually going up. And I said if we pass this little high right here for Delta, I was going to get out, which we did. Because price was going lower. As we can see, this is as low as we've been. But look, you see this low right here? We have this low right here, and we have this low. Well, this low right here is this, right? This low right here went lower, but look where we're at. We're above it. So that right there is divergence. So that's why I was like, I don't like that. I was like, if we keep going lower and we can't break this low, I'm out. Which that's what happened. Now, right now, Delta is still going lower. We're still underneath this EMA, this 50 EMA line. So right now, we're still technically going lower. Wonder how it would look if it did a 20. So right now it's working off of a 20. If we do a 50, how was that looking? That's where we were doing 50s. So see how we're going lower now? We're actually going lower. So I want to see us take this out. I could what delta like that? Like what about the spike? Oh, why could it spike? Um so remember I was telling you so delta is all about buyers, right? That means there's people buying in the market passively. Um so prices going down. So that means bids how can I explain this? That means they're getting absorbed. So like there's people selling in the market, and there right now there's more sellers than buyers, but it's getting absorbed. Or so the price is going down because people are selling, and when we get to this level, remember this was an important level this morning. We did bounce off this level, and as we get there, there's people thinking that this is going to be support, so they're buying. So therefore, it's like you have a heavy selling hand because people are constantly trying to sell, but buyers are absorbing that. So that's what makes Delta go up because there are buyers, but there's still a heavy presence of sellers. And once buyers absorb all the sales at this level, then that's when price shoots up and Delta shoots up. That's why I was worried about this level. And also, like I explained right here, wherever you can easily see levels at in the market, there are people with orders. So this is a halfway mark. That's all that it is. That's halfway of the day yesterday. That's where price was, halfway of the day, right? Um, hold on. We're getting lower. So now we're low. We're at the low now. So we can probably hop back in.
Order filled.
Hopefully we don't give away our profits. Buy limit. And we got 5,000 in volume, so that's good. We want to see it drop now. So we got back in. Now we're at that level that I was telling you about, that liquidity level, so we could snap back. I'm going to keep an eye on Delta. And price. You see how we're getting that pushback, that heavy pushback? We're gonna wait until it comes back here and we're gonna take an easy profit, and I'll tell you why. Hold on. Let's stay focused.
Order filled.
Alright, so we're down $100. So we got 175. The reason why we took that profit is I just noticed that we hit this weekly level. We want to get under that. So if we get under that, we'll take another profit. We'll take another shot at this.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
I'm still looking to get a short. I want to see it past this stuff before I get in. I want to see it past this level, but not past this level. Basically our entry, right? If it goes past this level and keeps going, then we'll just take another trade up here. To this 5-minute level, which is now down here. I do think at the end of the day we'll pass that, but this time we're going on 3 contracts. We broke market structure, so we're basically in an uptrend. As you can see, Delta is about to pass that line, but it has not. And this was a weak market structure shift. And we're in that fair value gap, which is supposed to push it down. So let's see how Delta comes in. There's a lot of selling still going on. I mean, there was a lot of buying right here, which was at that level, and now there's a lot of selling. But we want to see that selling continue with the market structure shift. And we're still below the EMA.
Order filled.
So I might be wrong here as far as my ring entry. I, I got in with quite a bit of contracts. I got in a little bit early, but as you can see, that was market structure shift, and we do have fair value gap. We just don't have enough volume to push it down. And there's a reason why I'm holding. Delta's not being too prominent, but also this is my safe point. And if we take that out, which we look like we're about to head to do, I have to get out. Yeah, and that's liquidity, so I'm probably going to be taking out. We hit that area one too many times. There's liquidity in 1 minute and 5. That's why I wanted to take it up here. So if we get back down in this area, and if we do manage to get back down in this area, and we happen to go past 50% on here, I'm just going to go ahead and stop myself out. But as of right now, this is my stop. Buy side liquidity because it's my stop. I have to buy it back because I'm selling. So it's very, very choppy around this area. 10 o'clock period is about to start. So if 10 o'clock period starts and we push, then it's just going to be another range day like yesterday. I'm not going to be in here. It's either gonna push it down. I don't think D period is gonna stay within C period. It's either gonna push it further down or push it out or range. But it's not gonna. We're not gonna be here for like another 30, 15 minutes or something like that. It's gonna do one or the other. This year is tough, man. This year is really tough. So, Freddie, from what you've seen, what do you think I should have done? You think I should have taken profit right here instead of trying to and just let it be because that is a level, or you think we should hold to this? What do you think? I'm curious. Where did I get in at? I got in at 67. All right, D period's here. So let's see what D period does. If we go down, then we're gonna stay in it because we've been one time framing. But if it goes up higher, I'm talking about when I mean going down, I mean going down past C period, not going down past my entry. Um, Not really doing anything. Delta's not doing anything. I mean, it's slowly going up, but it's really just consolidating. I hate that we already pushed down and we didn't stay at that lower level for D period. Lessons to be learned. VWAP. Trading around VWAP is one of the worst things you can do. My first trade was kind of up here. It wasn't the best trade, but it was kind of up here, so. I guess technically I could have taken that trade at that first red candle, but it just wasn't the structure. Yeah, no, I took it right. We just had that big drop. There was nothing I could do about getting a better entry.
Order filled.
Yeah, they went ahead and took it out. Man, it's been a rough few weeks for me, man. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta talk to the fund manager, get my head straight. I'm seeing everything. Maybe I'm too optimistic about my targets because that's what I was doing at the end of last year. And we're supposed to be having longer destination targets this year, seeing as it's election year. We should be a lot more volatile. We shouldn't be stopping short of everything. Like we got in here, this was a old level, so I can understand why it bounced, but it should have bounced and retraced straight through it. And even if we didn't make it to that 37.75 level, that next level would have been the 48 level flat, 48.49 level. I think I spoke of that earlier. So let's see, it just took out liquidation. It's still going higher. Yeah, so I'm gonna go talk to the fund manager, and I might do some trading overnight or something to slowly build the account back up. But I'll see you later, man. I guess we gotta start taking shorter targets. Just the 5 minutes, I guess. So.